Atheism, at its core, is the absence of belief in deities or gods. It is a term that encompasses a broad spectrum of perspectives and ideologies, ranging from a simple rejection of theistic claims to a complex worldview that seeks to understand existence without the influence of divine entities. The historical context of atheism is rich and varied, intertwined with the evolution of human thought, culture, and society. The roots of atheism can be traced back to ancient civilizations. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Epicurus and Democritus proposed naturalistic explanations for the universe, often challenging the prevailing religious beliefs of their time. Epicurus, for example, argued that the gods, if they existed, were indifferent to human affairs and did not interfere in the workings of the world. This idea was revolutionary, suggesting that human beings could find meaning and purpose outside the constraints of religious dogma. Fast forward to the Enlightenment, a period marked by a surge in scientific discovery and philosophical inquiry. Thinkers such as Voltaire, Diderot, and Hume began to question the validity of religious beliefs, advocating for reason, empirical evidence, and skepticism as the foundation for understanding the world. This era saw the emergence of modern atheism, as individuals began to articulate their disbelief in a more structured and philosophical manner. The Age of Enlightenment not only fostered atheistic thought, but also laid the groundwork for secularism, which sought to separate religious influence from governance and public life. In the 9th century, atheism gained further traction with the rise of Darwinian evolution, which challenged the creationist narratives held by many religious traditions. Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection provided a compelling alternative to the idea of a divine creator, suggesting that life evolved through a natural process rather than through divine intervention. This scientific breakthrough had profound implications for religious beliefs and inspired many to adopt an atheistic worldview. However, atheism is not a monolith. It encompasses a wide range of beliefs and attitudes. Some atheists identify as secular humanists, emphasizing human values and ethics without reliance on the divine. They argue that morality can be derived from human experience and reason rather than religious texts. For instance, a secular humanist might advocate for social justice and equality based on the principles of empathy and compassion rather than divine commandments. Others may identify as agnostic atheists, who maintain that while they do not believe in a god, they also do not claim to know for certain that no gods exist. This perspective recognizes the limitations of human knowledge and the complexity of existence. Agnostic atheists often embrace a stance of open-mindedness, willing to explore various ideas while ultimately leaning towards non-belief. Then there are the militant atheists, who actively challenge religious beliefs and advocate for a world devoid of religion. Figures like Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens gained prominence in the early 21st century for their outspoken criticism of religion, arguing that it is not only unfounded but also harmful to the society. Their works, such as The God Delusion and God is Not Great, sparked widespread debate and brought atheism into the public discourse, prompting individuals to re-evaluate their beliefs. Anecdotes abound that illustrate the diverse perspectives on atheism. Consider the story of a young woman named Sarah, raised in a devoutly religious household. From an early age, she was taught the importance of faith and the fear of divine punishment. However, as she grew older and began to explore the world, she encountered scientific explanations for phenomena she had once attributed to divine intervention. The more she learned, the more she questioned the tenets of her upbringing. Eventually, she came to identify as an atheist, a decision that strained her relationship with her family. Sarah's journey reflects a common experience among many who transition from belief to non-belief. The emotional toll of such a transformation can be significant, often leading to feelings of isolation and alienation. For Sarah, the shift was not merely an intellectual exercise. It was a profound personal struggle. She grappled with the fear of losing her community and the love of her family, yet she felt compelled to embrace her newfound understanding of the world. On the other side of the spectrum, there are individuals who find solace and meaning in their religious beliefs. Take the story of James, a man who grew up in a secular household. He was raised to value reason and evidence, but as he faced personal hardships, he found himself drawn to spirituality. In his darkest moments, he discovered a sense of comfort in prayer and the teachings of his faith. For James, religion provided a framework for understanding suffering and a community that offered support. His journey illustrates how belief can serve as a source of strength and resilience, even in the face of adversity. The impact of atheism on society is multifaceted. In some contexts, the rise of atheism has been associated with increased secularism, leading to a more pluralistic society where diverse beliefs coexist. This shift can foster tolerance and understanding among individuals of varying backgrounds. For example, in countries like Sweden and Denmark, where atheism is prevalent, social policies often reflect secular values, emphasizing human rights, gender equality, and social welfare. Conversely, the rise of atheism can also provoke backlash from religious communities, leading to tensions and conflicts. In the United States, for instance, the visibility of atheism has sparked debates over issues such as the separation of church and state, education, and public expressions of belief. The so-called culture wars have intensified, with atheists advocating for their rights to exist freely and openly, while religious groups often seek to preserve their influence in public life. The narratives surrounding atheism are not confined to philosophical debates. They are deeply personal and often intertwined with identity. Many atheists find themselves navigating a world that can be hostile to their beliefs. The stigma attached to atheism can lead to discrimination and social exclusion, as seen in various surveys indicating that atheists are often viewed with suspicion or disdain. For instance, a recent study revealed that a significant percentage of Americans would be less likely to vote for a presidential candidate who identified as an atheist. This reflects a broader societal perception that equates belief in a deity with moral integrity, while non-belief is often mischaracterized as a lack of ethics. Such misconceptions create barriers for atheists, who are often compelled to justify their values and principles in a society that prioritizes religious belief. Yet, amidst the challenges, many atheists find community and solidarity among like-minded individuals. Organizations such as the Freedom from Religion Foundation and the American Atheists provide platforms for advocacy, education, and support. These groups work to promote secularism and challenge discrimination against non-believers, fostering a sense of belonging for those who may feel marginalized. The narrative of atheism is not static. It continues to evolve as society changes. The rise of the internet and social media has transformed the landscape of belief and non-belief. allowing individuals to connect and share their experiences across geographical boundaries. Online forums and communities provide spaces for dialogue, where atheists can engage with others, share their stories, and find affirmation in their beliefs. As the world grapples with complex issues such as climate change, social justice, and technological advancement, the perspectives of atheists are increasingly relevant. Many atheists advocate for evidence-based approaches to problem-solving, emphasizing the importance of scientific inquiry and rational discourse in addressing global challenges. This commitment to reason and critical thinking positions atheism as a vital voice in contemporary discussions about the future of humanity. Ultimately, the exploration of atheism reveals a tapestry of human experience, woven with threads of belief, doubt, and the quest for understanding. It invites reflection on the nature of existence, the search for meaning, and the values that guide our lives. Whether one identifies as a believer, a non-believer, or somewhere in between, the journey of grappling with these questions is a universal aspect of the human condition. In conclusion, atheism is more than a rejection of theistic beliefs. It is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that reflects the diversity of human thought and experience. From its ancient roots to its modern expressions, atheism has been shaped by society's cultural, philosophical, and scientific currents. As individuals navigate their own beliefs and values, the narratives of atheism remind us of the importance of empathy, understanding, and open dialogue in a world that often feels divided by faith and non-faith. The stories of those who embrace atheism, as well as those who find meaning in belief, enrich our collective understanding of what it means to be human in an ever-changing world.